expected to attend meetings in person unless they have a disability or an extraordinary circumstance. Excused members of the public will still be able to participate virtually. Members who are joining via Zoom must leave their cameras on. And this meeting is also being streamed live on our YouTube channel, and a transcript is being recorded. Hi there, I'm Frank Hall-Zubiak, the co-chair of the committee. Maybe go around the room.
Thomas Garza, member.
Ted Arians, member.
Christine Berthe, member.
Alan Oster, member.
Tina Nelson, member.
Jeffrey Young, member.
And online?
Mike Noble, member.
Carrie
Right.
Keenan. Sorry, Mike. Carrie Keenan, member.
James
Okay,
McDonald,
welcome
member.
everybody. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, James, I cut him off.
All good.
All right.
James McDonald, member.
Okay. So this committee hears applications for liquor licenses and outdoor dining. We will hear the items in the order of the agenda, beginning with alterations and corporate changes. We'll do them one at a time. If anyone is participating in the meeting virtually and wants to be heard on a particular item, just raise your hand when I call that item and you'll be moved over into the main meeting. This committee, and in fact, the Manhattan Community Board for full board, does not have the power to grant or deny a liquor license or outdoor dining. We only make recommendations to the relevant agencies, either the state liquor authority or the Department of Transportation. So we will take a vote tonight, and then these matters will be presented to the full CB4 on its next meeting on March 6th. With that, I think we can get started with agenda item 1, 75 9th Avenue, food truck A. Is the applicant here?
Hello, yes.
Hi there.
Hi, Ted DeNicola, how are you?
Good, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so this is two things, basically. This is a corporate change to the existing beer and wine for Filaga Pizzeria, which is located in Chelsea Market. And it's also an alteration. All we're doing there is we're adding our basement to the license for storage purposes for liquor.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments from the committee? Okay, Nellie, anyone online?
There's no one with a raised hand.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Yeah, motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Ted, you can keep track of people online. If you don't see anyone, just let me know. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll move on to agenda item. Thanks. Take care. Good luck. We'll move on to agenda item 2, 315 West 46th Street. Is the applicant here? Nellie, do you know if the applicant's here?
I believe the representative is here.
Alice?
Alice.
She was on the panel.
Yeah, she's on mute. Alice, if you're on, could you unmute and let us know? Yeah, maybe she stepped away. Let's move on to number 3. We'll circle back to agenda item 2. We'll move into the wine, beer, and cider category. Agenda item 3, 417 West 50th, East by West, Omakase. I saw James Wang on here. James?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, hi. We're gonna do you next. Can you tell us a little bit about the application?
Yeah, Lightman will be for the sushi place is pretty small, just like 20 people. And we did fill out application. I fill out for the hours will be 12 a.m. But I talked to my client, and also based on I consider for the Black Association, we will we will shorten the hour, so we will be close at 10 p.m. and all of cleaning will be like 10:30, but 10 p.m. we will stop the service. So this one, so I understand that the Black Association asked me attend the meeting. Definitely we can attend, but their meeting will be later for February. So this means okay. So right now we have no chance to join the meeting, and also I just sent an email to Nelly regarding the building, the upstairs. So the people signed, and the neighborhood 415 they signed. I do have we do have the 5 signature. We just email to your board.
Okay, yeah, I did see that. Now, you know, the closing hours are when we expect the restaurant to be clear of patrons. So it's not last service. Are you
Okay,
sure
10:30. 10:30.
What? 10:30?
10:30. Yes, right.
Okay. All right. And every day, including Friday, Saturday?
Yes, 7 days a week, right?
Okay, 10:30 every day. And that's
Yeah,
when
right.
all the patrons will be gone.
Yes.
Okay. So one thing I noticed, I don't know if you looked at the photo. This is a pretty small residential building. And I guess it hasn't been previously licensed. Yeah, the STIP form says it was a contract supply store. So he did send us a petition with it's only a 3-4 story building, and he has signatures from 4 of the people in the building supporting it. I guess the other question I had is whether we need any soundproofing, or what do you think? Or audio, you know.
What was there before?
Contractor supply stuff.
Ideally, yes. We should have
Yeah.
some.
James, we're a little concerned. We're a little concerned with the fact that this has not been a bar or a restaurant before. James? Yeah, so ordinarily we'd ask people to get an acoustic report done to, you know, sort of make sure it's properly soundproofed and everything. Is that something you'd be willing to do?
Yes, yeah, if you request, yes, yeah, we're willing to working with the board. Yes, right.
Okay. Nelly, when will we need that by?
I will need that by February 24th.
Okay, so James, you've done this before. The city has the list of acoustic engineers that they approve. You can just pick one of those and ask them to do a report. Okay.
Sure.
And we'll need it by February 24.
And then
Yeah, before that, I send email to Nelly. Yes.
Yeah, and then you'll agree to do whatever the report recommends.
Okay, we will follow
Right.
the report. Yes.
Yeah, and also, can you, if the Block Association still wants to meet with you, will you meet with them later this month?
If they want, yes, we will conduct them. We will join the meeting with the Black Association. Yes, right.
Okay, thanks. So Christine, they said they're gonna have a storm enclosure, but it
Yeah,
looks
but-
like it'd be on private property. Okay. All right, that's all I have. Anything from the committee?
Is in hand.
That's the applicant,
that's-
that's the prior applicant we skipped over.
Okay.
Nellie, I see Alice has her hand up for the prior applicant, but anybody else?
No, there's no one.
Okay. Do we have a motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thanks very much, and
Thank you,
thank you,
everyone.
James.
Yeah.
Yep, good luck to your client.
10:30
Thanks.
closing 7th week.
Yeah, you can just put approved with stipulations.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's how you do. Okay, we're gonna go back now to agenda item 2, 315 West 46th. Hi, Alice, sorry, you had your hand up, sorry,
Yeah,
It's a-
I was Yeah, a little bit like a technical issue. So yeah, I just
Yeah,
forget
no,
about
yeah, the first, it was a reasonable guess. The first agenda item took about
I know.
30 seconds. So we moved more quickly. Can you tell us about what you're doing here, please?
Okay, yeah, this is for the corporate change only because one of the members will just leave and then the other member gonna stay. So basically just corporate change, nothing else is gonna be changed.
Okay. The one thing I noticed on your prior application, we had a stip that says the second floor won't be licensed and there'll be no alcohol served there. Would you agree to that again? I assume it's not an issue.
Yes, we agree.
Okay. All right. That's all I had. Anything from the committee? Okay. Nellie, anyone with their hands raised?
No, there's no one.
Okay, we have a motion.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Get everyone online?
None.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a nice day.
Thanks. Now move to the full on-premises liquor applications, starting with agenda item 4, 321 West 38th Street. Is the applicant here?
Yeah, we're here.
Hi, welcome.
Sorry, we're just trying to get the camera.
Okay, take your time. We're moving faster than expected. Which,
Can you see
sorry.
this?
You can start talking without the camera. It'd be nice if you have the camera on, but you can start talking without
Okay.
it.
Hello. So we are applying for a liquor license at 319 West 38th Street between 8th and 9th Avenue. There'll be a franchise hotel, Tapestry by Hilton, with 175 guest rooms. There'll be a hotel bar on the ground floor and a rooftop with recorded background music. Hours of operations are internal premises 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. 7 days a week. External premises 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday to Saturday.
Just want to make one correction. The music will only be for the rooftop.
Correct. So on page 4 of your application, I'm going to change that so the patio will be no music, correct?
That's correct.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Just for some background for the committee, and those of you who are on Clinton Hell's Kitchen land use know this. This was a site of an illegal demolition, and part of the cure was to include 11 affordable housing units in this building. So if you looked at the floor plans, the reason there were no floor plans for floors 2 through 4 is the 11 affordable units are going to be on those floors. And they're not going to be licensed. The first floor will be licensed and the hotel will be licensed. But that has made things a little trickier for the rear patio because Christine went to see it and said yesterday and will fill us in, but we were concerned about the patio potentially bothering the people in the affordable units because they're going to be the closest to them. But
Yeah,
you want to tell us what you saw there?
So the patio is surrounded by commercial buildings, but those apartments are going to be, there will be 3 out of the 11 that will be facing the patio. And, you know, it's a little concerning. We know that the noise travels very much. And I should say that I went into one of the apartments and the soundproofing of the windows is just above par. I mean, really good. So the question is, how do we make sure that the patio works with the apartment before we maybe approve everything, right? And so, so the first thing we could do, and we had discussion with Joe Restuccio, who's been very involved in this situation. So the question is whether we could reduce the hours. I think in the morning, the hours are, what are the hours in the morning?
11 a.m.
Right, whether on the ground floor, we could cut down some of the hours for the evening, which would be instead of 10 p.m. could be 8 9,
Early.
8 PM.
Yeah.
And the number, I think you're going to have 40 seats. Question whether we could reduce that to 30 seats. And then, after 6 months after the summer, you could come back. And we can see whether people are inconvenienced or not.
Yeah. Well, one thing on that, Joe said to make sure, not only was after the summer, but after people were living in the units. Because none of them, as I understand it, none of them have been rented yet.
Yes,
So he wasn't sure when people would be moving in.
so it'll be 6 months after the 3 units are occupied,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So, to the applicant, is that something you can live with, having and this, again, we're not talking about the roof, we're only talking about the rear patio. Have it open, only from 11 AM to 8 PM, every day as an initial matter, and reduce the, seating to 30 seats.
And 30 seats in 2 and 4 tops, not in large tables.
Yeah, the one thing that we found helps with noise is if the tables are smaller, so you don't have large groups of people yelling at each other. So, what do you think about that?
We can live with that. I mean, in 6 months, what do we need to present? Is it just, since no one complains, or do we need to get letters from the tenants?
No, so first of all, it wouldn't necessarily be 6 months. We would need some kind of track record of the patio operating with people living in those 3 apartments.
That's correct.
So if that happens by the spring, great, you could come in at the end of the summer. But yeah, it's basically, ideally, you would, get a signature or an email from the people in those apartments saying they are okay with later hours. And then you would make an alteration application to the SLA and come back to us. We would take it from there.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Okay, and then on the floor plan, as Christine said, what we'd like would be, a more traditional layout with just, as many, whatever division of 2 top and 4 top as you want, but to get rid of like those conversation circle pits, the way you have on the right side there.
Okay, we can make those changes.
And if you could send us a revised floor plan and revised numbers for the ground floor, that would be great.
Okay, we can do that too.
Okay, and we need that by February 24.
Sure, we'll have it
And
done.
the apartments are very nice.
Oh, good. And I believe, did I read somewhere that both the rooftop and the patio are going to be only for hotel guests?
That is exactly correct. So no outside promotions, no outside guests. Those 3 units are also studios, so all the family units are towards the front. Those are only 3 studios.
That's helpful as well.
Yes.
All right, so I'd like to, so is everyone, to the committee, is everyone happy with that arrangement for the patio? Okay, and Christine, you said the roof didn't have any issues?
No, the roof is really above everything else. So they have one side on the north, which has the bar, and one side on the south, which has the tables. And, nobody's going to hear anything.
Okay, all right, so, Nellie, do we have anyone from the community with their hands raised?
No, there's no one.
Okay, so, if you could, sorry.
There is a good question there, whether the parapet is high enough. It's on the top, and I didn't catch that.
Okay.
Yes.
Because in other places, we had them install some a glass enclosure because people jumping.
Okay, does this covered by the building code, or are we just, I didn't know if we did it for jumping, I thought we did it for sound reasons.
No, we did it for jumping.
Okay, so what, if you want to suggest something, go ahead.
It's probably, oh no, it's more than that, right?
Do you know, to the applicant, do you know how high your parapet is on the roof?
I think, like I said, it's the building code requirement, so whatever the building code was requiring, I think it's 42 inches or whatnot, that's probably the code.
Okay. Does someone wanna,
I don't care, thanks, I'm sure.
okay, Okay. I mean, it's hotel guests, it's not,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
hotel
and it's
guests.
all, you should write that down.
It's- yes.
It's all,
hotel guests.
for the hotel.
Yeah,
Yes.
So whenever they arrive.
you'd have to be
at the
thinking
door, you have
really
to-
ahead. Okay, so if as for the applicant, if you can listen to these are gonna be additional stipulations and make sure you're okay with it. And this, we're talking about the ground floor patio. The hours will be 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. nightly. Seats in the patio will be limited to 30 seats, all at either tables for 2 or tables for 4. And there'll be no music on the ground floor patio. You'll get us a new ground plan of a new floor plan of the ground floor by February 24, and the rooftop and the patio will be limited. Use will be limited to hotel guests.
Okay,
You okay with all of that?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Everybody okay? All right. Do we have a motion?
Do we have people online? No.
Oh, Nelly, we asked about people online, right?
Yes, you asked. There's no one online.
Okay.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much, and we appreciate your consideration on how you're gonna use the patio at the start.
Thank
I
you.
think that'll
Thank
get
you.
things off. I think that'll get things off on the right foot. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Thank you.
Be well.
Okay, take care. I'll move on to agenda item 5, 461 West 23rd Street, East-West Cuisine. Oh, we have 2 East-West, East-West and East by West. Hi, welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is
Hi.
Bill.
Hey, you want to tell us a little bit about your plans here?
Sure. So this is my first time applying for alcohol license. I'm just moving from California to New York. We are going to open a Thai restaurant. So it's going to be a Thai fine dining restaurant with 88 seats inside, no outdoor space. And then we have 13 seats at the bar, 24 in private dining room, and then 51 in main dining. And then the operation hour going to be from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock for lunch service, and then 5 o'clock to 10 p.m. for last seating, and then it'll probably 11 to 11:30. That will be the time that everybody leave the restaurant.
Okay, so I just have a couple of questions about page 2 of our STIP form, if you have it there with you.
Yes.
So based on what you said, I think we need to change the hours of operation to 11:30 because you have the kitchen open till 11:30, but the closing hours at 11 p.m.
Yes.
So, and as you might have heard for the prior applicant, 11:30 would mean when the place has to be vacated of patrons. Does that give you enough time, or would you prefer midnight?
I would prefer midnight.
Okay, you don't have to stay open till then, but it's the latest any patrons can be there, and your staff can be there. All right, so we'll change that to midnight. And then if you go down on that same page under occupancy, the numbers don't quite add up. For capacity, you say your certificate of occupancy is 88 people. Now that's the maximum that legally can be in the space. And it includes not your patrons and your staff and everybody else. But then you have, maximum occupancy, including employees, at 100. So that doesn't seem to make sense. Is the certificate of occupancy indeed 88? And if you can't answer this now, you can look into it and get back to us. See what I'm saying? None of these other numbers can add up to more than 88 people if the 88 is accurate. Because the 88 certificate of occupancy is your legal limit for how many people can be in the space. That's what the Department of Buildings allows. So you can't go above that. So therefore you can't sort of say you're going to have 88 seats and 13 more at the bar, because that's already 101, and then you have staff.
Oh no.
So you're getting well above 88.
Got it. Okay. We'll revise it and get back to you.
Yeah, so
It's-
first, the way I would start was make sure the 88 is correct on the certificate of occupancy. And then you have to reduce the other numbers somehow, either the bar or the tables, so that it comes below the certificate of occupancy number and still has room for your staff that's going to be on there. Okay? All right, and if you could get us that by February 24th for the board office?
What is in this location right now?
It says a restaurant, Das Trest. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Good.
Okay, that's what I have. Anybody?
Frank, I don't think there was music circled on the
Oh,
front.
yes, yeah, that was on my list. Thank you. Are you gonna have, I assume you're gonna have at least background music here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna circle that on the form as well. That's the only music you'll have?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anyone? Oh, Tina.
That was my question.
Okay. And anyone, okay, Nellie, anyone from the community?
There's no one with a raised hand.
Okay. Do we have a motion? Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks very much. If you have any questions about the numbers, just reach out to the board office and they'll give you my phone number and we can discuss it. But otherwise, if you could just send us the new numbers, that'll be great.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. On to agenda item 6, 589 11th Avenue.
Good evening, members of Community Board 4. This is Nicole Tejada. I'm here tonight representing Lumen Restaurant NYC Inc., located at 589 11th Avenue. The applicant is also present tonight, Valan Duca.
Yeah. Is he, now is he here? Is he?
I'm promoting them now.
Okay, thanks. McQuaid's? This was McQuaid's for a long time.
Oh, it is?
It was, and then we had 2 applications since McQuaid's, one of which opened. So one thing I want to figure out is relationship, because that place is still open as far as I can tell. It's called Era, I think.
210 is large. McQuaid was that problem?
It was open.
Okay.
Hold on. Valen, you have to accept being promoted so that you can join the meeting.
McQuaid's predated Stibbs, so we don't know how big it was. This place is enclosing the 6th floor.
Yeah.
So that adds to it, but there are offices.
You went there. Right?
Yeah, let's retarget that. No, it's only, oh, it's the certificate of occupancy for the whole building.
Oh,
And its offices
I see.
are on 2 to 5.
Got it.
So there's a separate
Right,
elevator.
right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So it's much smaller.
Okay, do you want it? Nellie, did Fallon accept?
Yes.
Okay, all right. You can start now. I don't know which of you wants to talk, but whoever does can start.
I'm talking for now. So Lumen Restaurant is a full-service, family-oriented concept. The concept basically is Balkan Mediterranean dining, reasonable prices, and this is also the same concept that the applicant currently manages at a location in Staten Island. But it would be one of its own kind of in the immediate area. The restaurant will operate from the ground floor and basement with a combined layout consisting of 22 tables, 62 chairs, 1 service bar, 1 stand-up bar, and 14 bar stools, with a maximum capacity of 85 patrons between the basement and ground floor. The premises also has a fully enclosed interior space located at the 6th floor of the building. It's a 7-story building, although the space is commonly referred as a rooftop due to the location and the design. The sixth floor space is completely enclosed with floor to ceiling glass on all sides. But it's, directly below the roof. No outdoor or open air service in that space. To access this space, you would need to enter through the rear of the building on West 44th Street. There's a dedicated elevator that would bring you directly to the sixth floor. And there's going to be 12 tables, 38 chairs, 1 service bar, 1 stand-up bar, and 5 bar stools. So it's designed to operate strictly as an indoor dining and bar area. All the food is going to be conducted in compliance as well in that space. So there's going to be food on the sixth floor. The proposed hours at the moment are Sunday to Thursday, ground floor and basement area from 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. Sixth floor enclosed from 12 to 11 p.m. And then on the weekends, ground floor and basement 12 p.m. to 4 a.m. Sixth floor from 12 to 3 a.m. The kitchen is going to close 1 hour prior to closing. The establishment is located, I'm assuming you guys know the establishment, the previous restaurants
If we
that
could
were
just
there.
go back to the hours, because you broke up a little. So the rooftop,
Oh,
you
I'm so
said,
sorry.
you said rooftop Sunday to Thursday would be noon to 11 p.m.?
For the rooftop, yeah.
Yeah, and then Friday, and that's Sunday to Thursday, right?
That is Sunday to Thursday.
And then what did you want for Friday and Saturday?
So Friday and Saturday for the rooftop you're referring to?
Yes.
12 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Okay, 3 a.m. Okay. Does this have any connection to the is something operating in this space now, or is that closed? I think it used to be called
No,
Era.
it's closed. Yeah, it used to be called Era. If you happen to pass by, you'll see it's now called Lumen, and they're currently under renovations. It's not operating.
So nothing's operating. Okay. And then on page 2 of the STIP form, you said you were going to have live music, but then on page 4, you don't mention live music. Page 2. But then on page 4, you
give me
don't
1
mention
second to open it up.
Sure.
Okay, so page 4.
Well, page 4, when you do it by floor, you only talk about recorded background music and DJ.
I believe it got cut off when we were typing it in.
So you're still going to have live music?
There's going to be live music in occasionally. It's not meant to be a daily thing. We just want to include it to our license in the event that there might be, a live instrumental on the weekend or something like that, but it's not supposed to be a daily thing for sure.
Okay. On the roof, can we limit the hours of live music?
Of course.
Okay, we can talk about that. Okay, so the roof, it is in fact, it's sort of complicated. You enter the first floor from 10th Avenue, but then there's a side elevator that they'll take people up to the 6th floor because the spaces aren't contiguous. Ted, is this a liquor license problem? Not having contiguous floors?
I don't know. I've never heard of.
No, it shouldn't interfere.
Yeah, Nicole, I seem to recall in the back of my mind that at least in the past, the SLA required licensed premises to be contiguous. You couldn't have a gap like this. Is that still true?
Prior to that, you would like, for example, with the basement area, you would have needed to get like an extension to your license if it didn't have like an internal connection. But this is still considered the same exact premise. At least the address is the same. It's just that this event space is on a whole different level.
Okay,
But
well,
it still has its own, it still would have its own bar and
Yeah.
food prep area.
all right, well, I think we'll leave that up to the SLA, but in any event, there are offices on the intervening floors, 2 through 5. So, the patrons would take an elevator up to the roof. It is completely enclosed, and not not a roller cup or anything. I mean, it is pretty solid glass structure, the glass seemed, pretty
We
thick.
have a COO, and you remember at a point of time, we had one
Yeah,
people and they were saying you can't add because the zoning.
Right.
So I just don't know, I mean.
yeah, let's just talk about it first, then we can ask them about that. So, I think the structure is pretty solid. It is immediately across 11th Avenue from the big Gotham West
Oh,
building.
to go across that.
Yeah, so that's right across the street, and then there's a newer building, catty corner. In other words, across 44th Street from Gotham West, a newer residential building. And then on immediately across 44th from them is like a UPS building or something. So, I'm a little concerned about testing that out. I mean, I'm happy they agreed to 11 PM on the roof on weekdays. So we can at least test out and see how it works.
But generally.
It's also retractable.
It is?
It says it's retractable on Yelp. There's pictures.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a whole separate issue.
Yeah,
Is the roof retractable?
I'm sorry?
Is the roof retractable?
Not that I was made aware of. Not, it is, yes. The applicant said it is.
Okay, so that completely changes things.
everything.
Yeah. Because that's sort of once that's open, it's an outdoor space. Good catch, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm just sort of curious, did they post about this meeting?
I don't know, I asked them, is your client here? When I met with him last week, I asked him to make sure he tried to reach the people in the 2 apartment buildings across the street. Was he able to do that?
Yes.
And what was is he here? Can you tell us what was the result?
He's here.
Yeah.
They said that they were excited about the concept though. That's
Okay,
what
Valen, can you tell us directly like who he contacted and what happened?
Hi, sorry about that. Yes, I met a lot of the the people that they live there, the tenants, and they are really excited about it, and they didn't have any issues with it.
What did you try to reach, like the tenants association or the co-op board or so?
Yes.
We did. We sent proof of that.
Sorry?
Yes, we did.
Together with the application that
You're breaking up again.
the required documentation that was requested by Committee Board 4.
Yeah, no, but I'm asking
I'm
if you
sorry?
sent anything to these 2 buildings, Gotham West and the one across the street,
To their co-op. board.
to their co-op board or the tenants association or both.
Yes, we did.
And did you get a response?
I didn't get a response yet, but I did send them, and I did went myself there and talk to the super and talk to the tenants, a lot of the tenants that I met.
When did you send? What did you send? An email?
The super of the building sent an email out to them.
So it seems to me, I'm very concerned that it is right across
Yeah.
residential building. And I think that, first of all, the roof should be closed all the time. That should be a tip.
Yeah.
But
And
the roof,
then-
it is closed. It's closed.
But what is being proposed is that you agree to keep it closed all the time.
Yes, I keep it closed all the time. No, I will never open that.
We
No.
didn't initially design it the way it came, but the idea is to remain closed at all times.
Okay.
And then the second.
And by the way, we really mean that, because if you open that, it's gonna bother a lot of people.
Thousands.
Yeah, we understand. We understand.
And then the second thing is that, people leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning just across the building, that's going to be a problem.
Well,
So we need to find something, I mean, maybe 2 o'clock, and we don't have any experience with this.
well, except
Right.
McQuaid's had 4 AM because they predated all
They
of
had,
this.
they didn't have rooftop though, did they?
They're
No,
two separate
I was
issues.
talking about the people leaving the space.
They've
And
agreed
being-
to
Right.
lesser issues with Nevada.
I think we need a security plan because
Yes.
there's 2 separate entrances and people queuing to wait to get on an elevator to go to the rooftop is gonna cause a problem.
That's
especially at
that
nighttime.
too.
Right.
They don't have any security, only at the front door of McQuaid's, and then nobody in the back that's going up the elevator, it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah, but to take these one at a time, so again, none of these had the roof, but we had 2 applicants since McQuaid
Right.
that all asked for 4 AM.
And we
And
gave,
we gave it to them.
huh,
And again, that was at that point only a 1-floor operation.
right,
And I think the thinking was, of course, that was the time when Gotham West had the food court too, which isn't there
Yeah.
anymore.
yeah,
I think I'm okay inside with the hours they're
with the
suggesting.
4 o'clock.
What's 2 and 4, 4 on Friday, Saturday. But on the roof, I think the noon to 11 on the roof is great. Would you be willing to cut back the closing hours on Friday and Saturday on the roof for the start, rather than 3 AM? Maybe take it back to, I don't know, 1, midnight, 1.
One.
Could you take the roof back to midnight on Friday and Saturday?
The point was that just to have at least at 2 o'clock, because people are gonna eat dinner. It's gonna be a restaurant downstairs, and they're gonna go upstairs around 11. And that's what I thought, maybe 2 o'clock, that would be great, but
What about 2 o'clock across?
They've already, 2 o'clock inside too.
No, in the outdoors.
They've already agreed to noon to 11 on Sunday to Thursday.
No, but the other is Friday and Saturday, 3 AM.
Well, that's what he's suggesting, proposing 2.
Yeah.
Okay, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would limit the music upstairs in the outdoor area to background only.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
all right, so we could be okay with 2, but I think we want only background music, say after 11 PM every night. Is that what Jen, is you okay with that? or-
Yeah, because music will travel.
Yeah. So only background music after 11 PM on the roof, are you okay with that?
Well, if it's enclosed, I guess I'm confused.
Well, we're trying to-
The problem is even if it's enclosed, it's not really considered a proper soundproofing barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he would have to get a sound report from neighboring areas to find out if they're having a full rock and roll band or something with a lot of bass. It can echo off and be a real nuisance for the neighbors, so I think we need to ask for a sound report for the rooftop or ask them just to go with background music the whole time.
Okay, that makes sense.
so let's ask for some.
Yeah, Valen and Nicole, did you hear that? We're concerned about anything other than background music on the roof. And I think we would ask that you either agree to only background music up there at all times, or get an acoustic report done to assess how soundproof that glass structure is. I don't know which you'd rather do.
We would definitely move forward with the option of getting it checked out. Just because it would definitely hurt the applicant financially.
Sorry.
Not having these.
Sorry, you broke up again. Can you start that again? We didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, can you repeat what you just said?
I stated that the applicant would want to move forward with having the place tested out. Due to it be a hurtful financial decision with just having background music at all times.
Okay, all right, so what we'd like, and you probably heard this with the prior applicant, New York City has a list of approved acoustic engineers. So what we'd ask is you hire one of those, you have them do an acoustic report. It can be just for the roof, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just for the roof, and that you then agree to implement whatever recommendations that the report comes up with. Would you agree to that?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, and we'd like that done by February 24, so we can get it before our full board meeting. Okay?
Okay.
Ballard, did you want to say something?
No, just said, okay, no problem.
Okay. I'd still, even with the sound report, I'd still like to limit the live music. Can we cut off live music and then the DJ and karaoke, all that? Can we cut that off at like
2?
Well, it's already closing at 2.
The roof?
The roof.
No, it's not.
It is. It's 11.
11 and it's 2 o'clock.
And 2 on Friday and Saturday.
Where do you see that?
No, they just agreed to this. Yeah. I mean, are we okay with live music and other stuff that late if we get the sound?
Depending, yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, we won't. All right.
What about the security plan?
Yeah, okay, so we all right with the roof? Okay. So, Ted, you want to ask the.
I mean, I would ask for a security plan for how they're going to manage the crowd from the rooftop and also the regular premises.
So can you also get us a security plan?
There are 2 separate closing hours. Oh.
Sorry?
1 second.
I'm sorry.
Nicole, why don't you try
connection
turning off your camera?
breaking up.
That
I'm not sure
may.
exactly what's going on, but do you want us to provide you with the security plan together?
Yeah, also by February 24. Just sort of, when you'll have, it should cover things like when you will have security people there, where they'll be, how you will handle lines, because presumably, I visited the place last week, and that there's only that little vestibule leading to the elevator. So if you're popular, you're going to have a line of people on the sidewalk waiting to go up to the roof, right?
Yes.
Right.
Many people can fit in the elevator.
So.
Well, Valon, how many people can fit in that elevator?
I think it was 20.
Didn't look that big to me.
Yeah, I think the capacity is 20, but 10 should be, let's say, but the capacity is 20, yes.
Okay.
You have a second entrance, right, upstairs? You have stairs?
Yes, we have a fire stairs also, we have an elevator also.
Okay, so what we'd like is a security plan that shows where you're gonna have the security guards, what hours they'll be there. We'd certainly want them until on the late night end of this, and then how you're gonna handle any lines both on 10th Avenue and on 44th Street. And again, I think we prefer the lines to be on 44th Street because that's less likely to disturb people.
But definitely on the 44th Street and not going towards the 11th Avenue. It's going to be towards the parking lot of the UPS.
Okay.
There's less people there. So, but hopefully we'll come to that point. But
yeah, we hope so too.
There is a storm enclosure in the middle of everything.
Okay, Christine, you had another point though that we moved away from. I assume is your rooftop enclosure approved by the Department of Buildings or?
Yes.
So you had enough air rights because I think when you would close it like that, it starts counting as part of your floor area ratio for zoning purposes. Correct. So you had enough space to do that.
Correct.
Okay, good.
So I'll raise the other one. You mentioned on page 5 that you're going to use a storm enclosure. Is that going to be on 11th Avenue or 44th Street? Where is that?
What was that? I'm so sorry, they cut off.
It's called a storm enclosure. It's one of those, closed enclosure which are outside of your door.
That's going to be on the 11th Avenue.
Right. So we would prefer if you were not using that, because most of the time they are illegal and most of the time they are not ADA compliant.
Are you talking about the vestibule?
Yes.
No, we're talking about the plastic, on 44th Street in the elevator, you have an actual vestibule. But do you have that? What we're talking about is those things that stick out from the building that are made of like plastic.
The fabric, yeah, fabric and plastic vestibule, right?
Yeah.
They usually do that only when it's very cold outside in order when you open the door to come in, so the cold air doesn't come in a restaurant all the time you walk in a restaurant. But it's not permanent. It's not you can use that only when it's the weather very cold. If not, it's not necessary to use that. It doesn't look good anyway. I don't like it, but.
So if you don't like it, don't use it, because it's most of the time it's illegal and most of the time it's not ADA compliant.
Okay.
Even though the vendors are going to tell you it's wonderful, we'd rather that you don't use it.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll change the answer on page 5 of the form to no about storm enclosure. Okay, before I summarize, does anyone have anything else? Nellie, is there anyone online?
There's no one with a raised hand.
Okay. So Val and Nicole, if you could listen to these additional stipulations and make sure you agree to them all. Rooftop hours of operation will be midnight to 11 p.m. Sunday to Thursday and midnight to 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Roof will be kept closed at all times. Applicant will obtain an acoustical report from a New York City licensed acoustician and submit that report to Manhattan Community Board 4 office by February 24, and applicant agrees to implement all recommendations of the report. Applicant will also obtain a security plan outlining the number of security, among other things, the number of security guards, the hours of security guards, and how any lines on the sidewalk will be handled. In addition, any lines will be on 44th Street, not on 11th Avenue. Are you okay with all of that?
Okay.
And what time was the live music stopping at?
We decided not to do that because we're getting the acoustic report.
Okay.
Okay, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Yeah.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. When do you plan on opening?
The sooner the better.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck. And as I said, it's important. As I said when we met, it's important to get off on the right foot with the residential buildings across the street. So just try to keep them in the loop about what you're doing, and make sure they're comfortable with everything. Okay. Right. Thank you. All right. Then we go to our final agenda item. We move into outdoor dining. This is agenda item 7, 327 West 57th Street. Tina visited this one.
Or no problems. It's a wide sidewalk. There was no blockage. There was one A-frame that was really next to their, right under the window, like not out there, which was surprising considering it was Super Bowl Sunday. You figured they'd move it a little bit farther out, but they didn't.
Good.
And it's a small size. It's 5 tables and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 tables and so 5 tables and 20 seats. Nellie, is the applicant here?
Hi, Frank. It's Mike.
Oh, hi.
How are you? How are you
Welcome
doing?
back.
Thank you. It's good to see you guys again. Hi, Nellie.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hi.
All right. Does anyone have any questions about this? And you agreed to our usual hours for the sidewalk, right? 10 p.m. on weekdays and 11 on Friday and Saturday?
Correct.
Yeah.
Let's just secure they don't enclose because.
Oh, yeah. You're not gonna enclose the sidewalk cafe in any way, right?
No, no, no. It'll be very like
Like no sides, no roof, none of that.
it'll be the same as the Turkish restaurant next door. Same design.
Wait, but that has that's sort of, that is enclosed, the Turkish restaurant.
It's not
No,
enclosed.
the
as
Turkish
in-
restaurant has like little guides on the side up into your waist.
like stanchions, like up maybe.
But it's, is it removable? Cause that's.
Wait, do you mean railings or
No,
something
this will
high?
this will be fully removable.
But wait,
They just have barricades that they're supposed to have, and they have an awning over top. I think that's the difference. But it's
I
not
took
enclosed.
photos, so the thing is, I'm looking for it.
okay.
Yeah, you can have an awning on the top, but
Yeah,
you
you-
shouldn't have anything on the side or the
No.
front.
We won't at all.
In other words, no like plexiglass
Right,
walls or
right.
anything like
No,
that.
no,
You can
no,
have the little barriers that are.
Yes,
In
that's
fact,
what
I
we're
think you have to have them.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
are like waist
There are,
high.
that's what I-
Yeah.
Okay, but what we're talking about is, you've seen some of them where people just like put the whole thing in like a little house.
No,
You
Frank,
won't do that, right?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not. No, no.
All right. And,
That's
okay, so you've agreed to our usual hours. Okay, Nellie, anyone online?
There's no one with a raised hand.
Okay, so this would be two things. This would be to recommend approval to the DCA and recommend approval to the SLA and the alteration.
You've already, from the DOT.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm doing too much at once here today. And approval to the SLA of the alteration application to add the sidewalk cafe. Okay, do we have a motion?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Amazing.
anybody have any new or old business?
The one on 10th Avenue, what is that? The Korean one, they have kept some big front.
Oh, do we mean Kochi?
Kochi.
Do we wanna,
It's not enclosed, but they have
Okay.
I was just passing by.
okay, all right.
Anyway.
Well, we'll see if anyone complains
Yeah.
about it, 'cause we got them to stop that last winter, but. All right, we have a motion to adjourn,
Motion to adjourn.
okay.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Right.
thanks, everyone. Whoa,
Night,
under
everyone.
an hour, barely.
Good night.
Olympic record.
Oh, wait, Kobe Levy's here with his hand raised, hold on a
Ooh.
second. The guy from Kobe, Nellie, could you move him over? He's the operator of that, the Italian place, the one that, Alan, you and Inga visited this, the one that had completely closed their sidewalk cafe.
At 21st.
18th Street?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Hi,
So-
Kobe.
Hey, guys, I got kicked back because,
Sorry, wait, 1 second. Hi.
hey, guys, I got kicked back because, actually, I don't even know why, but they told me I had to appear again because
Wait.
you guys had a different seating than what I presented to the open streets.
You mean open dining,
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
right? And we
Well,
have,
no, Kobe, wait, what we did, you and I spoke, remember, and I
Right.
told you we were gonna object to that one table sticking out.
Right,
And also that you shouldn't enclose your sidewalk cafe.
right. But the one table, they told me I have to come back here again.
Well, because we already got notice, there's a DOT hearing already scheduled for next week on this, so. I don't know
They told
what.
me to get on this.
To
If I don't
do
need to
what?
be here, I don't need to waste anyone's, I'll let Jay. let
No,
everyone
but
go.
what did they tell you to come here for what?
I don't know. They were like, you have to appear again. I said, fine. I
All right.
really enjoyed listening to everyone.
Well, would you have, I'll ask the same question then. Would you agree to remove that sort of one table that's sticking out?
Listen, as you guys know, and I know this isn't, this is infuriating and it's 100% not your fault. I do think it's important that the community board understand that, when we all agreed to this in 2020, I built it to the plan we agreed to, and now the city has changed. It's the laws, and it's totally unfair to a business because I think we could all agree if you were living in a 3-bedroom apartment, you make plans, you pay a certain rent, and then they come and tell you you can't use one of your bedrooms. It changes your it changes your model pretty quickly.
No, Kobe, when you and I spoke, you understand, I understand your position, we understand, and you understand ours.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I guess I'll see you in the DOT meeting next week.
Well, it's not really, you don't have to appear, it's basically, we just read our position. I've never seen an applicant show up at that, although I guess you can. Nellie, do you know anything more about the DOT hearings? Are they just for?
What about agree the one-off?
He just said he can't.
I've already, guys, because I've lost 60% of my seats.
But that's not the point. The point is that the law passed and now we have a new world. So in this new world, if you remove that one, then we can change our position to say we support.
Okay, go ahead, guys. Let's send it. I'll sign it and I'll sue the city. It's fine.
Okay.
All right, and now I noticed I was by there. It looks like you took down the enclosure, or did you take the whole sidewalk cafe away for the winter? No,
Parts of it, yes.
It was still there, but I didn't see it there.
Part of it is gone, part of it's there. As I said to you guys, listen, this is not like I am aware of what the status is, and I'm happy to fight the city.
Okay.
Okay, so we are still going to object to it being enclosed, but we
Fine.
won't. We'll send you something to sign about eliminating that one table.
That table, yeah.
But just so
Okay.
you guys know, listen, because I do think it's important because you guys have been so supportive. I spoke to Eric Botcher before he left. Eric was very much thought that they should have grandfathered all of the original anything that had been contiguously operating prior to the laws should be grandfathered in. I'm going to be fighting it. I hope you guys understand, but it's nothing against you.
We understand the point you're making.
It's okay. All right.
And what we
want to be supportive.
Yeah, and what we.
I know you are. That's why I think it's. Listen, I think that the city made a terrible decision taking the power out of your hands.
Okay.
Right, and we just feel we need to operate even-handedly with the rules we're given now.
Listen, you guys are doing everything right. I appreciate everything. I just also listen. Related didn't cut my rent by 60% when I lost 60% of my seats.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right. Send it to me.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
If anyone wants to